Now we are going to talk about why does drought occur. The first important fact I feel was important is that droughts can occur if it doesn't rain or snow frequently. When there's changes in wind patterns, the way wind moves can cause clouds and moisture when it's in the clouds in our atmosphere. When this happens, it can cause the location not to receive as much snow or rain, also known as precipitation, when it's supposed to.
Next, where else can we find drought? Well, we could find drought in countries like Uganda, India, China, Sudan, and Iran. The place that has the biggest drought is India, and it was the worst drought in 100 years. In Uganda, the drought hit the plants or food, and it got dry, and there was not that much food there. In Sudan, about 2.8 million people faced a lack of food in a bit of months. Also, in China, 3 million people at Shanghai don't really have that much water, and 1/3 of the country's wheat crop got from the drought. Who live in Iran needed to gather $200 million to give water tankers and water purifying units for the drought.
What are the effects of drought on living things? Drought can affect our lives because our environment and communities are connected. Drought can also affect our lives and activities. For example, there might be less drinking water. Also, we have to use less water when washing our hands, taking baths, and since water helps with providing electricity to our house, there might be less electricity. Drought is a condition when a place doesn't get too much precipitation. Did you know that precipitation means when it rains or snows? Drought is considered a normal part of climate because climate changes year by year or decade to decade.
How much water does the Earth have? The Earth has 326 trillion gallons of water. The Earth is made of 98% salt water. There is 3%. This 3% is called fresh water.
What are the percentages of Earth's fresh water, and where can we find it? The percentages of Earth's fresh water is trapped inside glaciers, like about 68.7%. And the fresh water that is underground is 30%. The unusable water that is solid is about 1.7%. There are 97% of salt water on Earth. Even the fresh water that we have on Earth is 3%. Of that fresh water, 1.7% is not usable because it is frozen, which that leaves to 1.3% of water we can actually use. Water conservation strategies.
The first strategy is to turn off the water when you are washing the dishes. This strategy means that when you are putting soap on the dishes, you can turn off the water until you rinse off the soap. This helps save water.
Insulate water pipes. This strategy means to help prevent leaks from happening in water pipes. This is important because it helps save water and money too.
Choosing a plant that requires less water, this strategy asks people to choose plants that get less water. Choosing a plant that doesn't need too much water can save 550 gallons of water a year.
Water plants during the early morning. This strategy helps to minimize evaporation during the early morning hours when temperatures are cooler.
Turning off the water when brushing our teeth. This strategy tells us to help conserve water by turning off the water while brushing our teeth. This can save up to 4 gallons per minute.
Thank you for watching.
By Silvana,
Ernesto.
and Kimberly.